Hi guys, right here. So for this video, we're going through is Jiang Shimmer Esper balance patch. So the previous one I already made is Unas and also Raven. Then for today's one, I'm gonna make Jiang. Then I also be covering Nusi and also Petros in the other video. Alright, so now let's take a look what are the changes for Jiang. Alright, so at the left side, we're gonna have here is the test server. And then the right side we have here is the global server. Alright, so we're going to look at the difference like in terms of what is the changes compared to the old Jiang and the new Jiang. So the little buff they are having the same, which is for the triple threats plus 40% attack. But if we look at the base stats here, the attribute, they increase Jiang's HP a lot. It's around 1500. Attack wise increased by 156 and defense wise increased by 116. So overall the stats increase on Jiang is very nice because mainly focus on attack and HP is what Jiang needed. The defense wise is something bonus, but it's not really that needed. So the increase on defense is not that high, but I would say is okay. Then let's take a look at the rival rune. Same rival rune is going for Atroset and Avatara. So HP we can take a look is a lot more higher. It's at 30k now, but you have to sorry, it's a lot more higher is because this rival rune that I'm showing currently in my official server is already a boosted equipment. The rival rune here is already boosted, so the stats of attack is HP is a lot more higher than the old one. But you have to know that this test server Jiang is not boosted yet. You can see, you can compare the boosted I boost, like 7% HP increase and then 5% attack increase. I boosted a lot, so it's actually an unfair comparison. But you can see this attack stats here is very close to the boosted Jiang that I did on the global server. Because the global server here I already boosted a lot on my rival rune. So the boost here on rival rune in the test server is definitely a lot more higher. Okay, then we can take a look here. The divinity here, that is still the same as long as Jiang goes into demon mode. Then 100% chance of inflicting AoE stun that you cannot be dispelled. Okay, then S1. So the S1 changes is the multiplier. From 140%, if you max skill it's going to be 180%, 40% damage increase, and the seer here cannot be resist, so the seer is 100% land. So it's just something bonus. I won't say this is the most important part because Jiang is not really relying on the seer on himself, but it is good because of the 25% damage they can increase. Then the passive changes. Passive. So in a demon mode here, all the description is the same, which is you help your ally take some damage, and then every 5% max HP he lost, then he will increase his base speed by 5% every 5%. So if you reduce 50%, then you'll get 50% boost. And then upon taking lethal damage, he go into demon mode, and then everything here is the same. But if you take a look at the demon mode here, right, there's two things. One thing is the splash damage, which is at let me see, where is it? Which is the damage increase. So in the demon mode here, originally we only have 70% damage in your demon mode, but now you're gonna have 140%. Is so much higher because it basically double what you usually does in demon mode. Like in your live server, if your Jiang can't one-shot people in his demon mode, then now he probably can, because they basically double the demon mode damage from Jiang. This is a very strong changes, 70% up to 140%, and this 140% here can ignore defense. Basically, this is a true damage that can crit. So this damage here is going to be very crazy. And then if we take a look at S3, the HP consume is increased. So HP consume, maybe you thought it's a nerf, but it's actually a boost for Jiang. So if Jiang loses his HP a lot more faster, which is if you cast S3, your current HP reduced by 50%, then your true damage deal here will get increased as well, even though it's still the same multiplier 30%, but is the 30% of your HP lost. So if you lost more HP after you cast S3, because you're going to reduce 50% now, then your true damage deal the extra true damage here will get increased as well. And then not to mention the AoE damage here from 140% increased up to 200% now, increased by 60% at his S3, and this S3 is the AoE damage. AoE damage with AoE taunt, and then reduce more HP of himself, and then increase more true damage. And this reduce the self HP by 50% is also very strong to combine with his passive, because the passive here, at every time he reduce 5% HP, then he'll increase 5% stats for attack, defense, and speed. So if you reduce 50% of max HP, which is from his S3, then basically when Jiang Li does his S3, is an additional 50% of base attack as well. So this damage here is very strong. And one thing I forgot to mention is the Demon Reborn here. So they added the R6 effect of the old Jiang Li. So if we take a look at this one, the attack in Demon mode deals splash damage 70% that ignores defense and recover HP. This one here is the original R6 effect of Jiang Li. They added into the base kit. So now the base kit is, while in Demon mode, attack also deals splash damage. So you're going to do 140% damage in your Demon mode, and then you do another 70% damage at to one enemy. And both damage here also ignores defense. So this is a very, very strong effect, and is added into the his Rezo 0. Alright, then let's take a look at the Rezo. The R1 is still gonna be the same, your S3, the final damage increase. Your R2 is still gonna be the same as long as he kills someone in his demon mode, that target cannot be revived. So it's a very good counter against Meta Juru and the revive like Lian, for example, or maybe like Yujin combo, for example. Because this demon mode here, and you kill the target, you also get 30% of the target attack. So if you have him in R2, as long as the demon mode jump, which is from his passive, the demon mode jump, you have a higher chance to kill people now because it's 140% and ignore defense. So if you kill the target, let's say Jiang Li jump on Moriyama and Moriyama died, then he'll get 30% of Moriyama attack into himself. Imagine that situation, right? So it's going to be very, very strong because they kept this effect. And then R4 is going to be the same, extra healing. And then R6 here is a major change. So this R6 effect from the old server, a global server, have been added into R0. Then he have a new effect for his Rezo 6, which is reduced cooldown by 2 turns at his passive. So I don't have a R6 Jiang Li in test server, so I can't really test it, but technically it should be reducing this Demon Reborn passive from 4 turns reduced to 2 turns. So every 2 turns you have the opportunity to go back into demon mode. So his demon mode is going to be triggered very, very often. So what is the advantage of this R6? So if you have R6, you go demon mode more often, means he can jump 2 more times. And then and this divinate as well, because every time you go into demon mode, do AoE stun to all enemy and ignore resist. So if the enemy doesn't have immunity, then basically Jiang Li is able to just stun them. And R6 will make him go into the demon mode a lot more often, so it's going to be a very, very strong effect. I think the major change of Jiang Li is from his demon mode, the splash damage and the 140% increase, because ignore defense is ignore 100% of the enemy defense, and then they double the damage. And your damage here can be crit, and your passive also grants you extra stats, so it's going to be very, very strong. Alright, so let me do some testing to show you at R0 how the Jiang Li looks like now. Alright, so this is just a testing. So I'm using an R0 Jiang Li in test server, and then I made him 100% crit rate. And then what we're gonna test is we're gonna try to make Jiang Li go into demon mode, and then when the demon mode, he should be doing splash damage, and then totally ignore the defense. And the damage here, the 140% attack and the 70% attack here can be crit. Alright, so I'm going for attack set just to pump his attack slightly higher. Okay, pretty sure they can kill me. Alright, they kill me, go into demon mode. Okay, so you can see the splash damage here, it does 2 damage. So I one-shot one target, and then it splash damage on the other target here. Okay, so let me try again. In the slow motion. Okay, demon mode, bonus turn. No, sorry, I didn't know bonus turn. Stand off. So you can see the damage here. One shotted one guy, the other guy got hit by like 50% of his HP. And then I got a shield buff, which is the original demon mode as well. Then another splash damage, and I kill the other target. Okay, so what I want to try again is if this target thing is a random. Because just now my Jiang Li jumped on the half HP target. Alright, demon mode, I splash. So I want to see if the demon mode is going to splash on this guy. Okay, so it's a totally random effect, so it won't prioritize on the lowest HP, which is good because you want Jiang Li to actually one-shot someone who have the max HP, and then you pray the splash damage is splashed on the other target. And then you will see that it also does an additional true damage after it deals, and this effect here also applies to the splash damage target as well. Because when I go into demon mode, I splash, it will actually do another 4,800 is the true damage of after attacking. So the carrier have higher max HP, then it does another 30% of the carrier's max HP damage as well. Okay, so this buff is actually very strong. And then let's take a look at the S3. So the S3 here, it will consume more HP instead of the 30% now. So your S3 actually get boosted as well. Okay, you can't kill me. So my S3 now I'm going to consume my my current HP of 50%. Then the true damage that I deal is going to be higher as well. So I do S3, reduce the 50% of mine, and then I do extra true damage that is actually higher for my lost HP. Alright, so this is a PvP test record. So we are fighting a Wuyou team, for example. It's not going to be a meta team, and the team that I'm using now is also not a meta team. But the Jiang Li I'm using is not a max skill Jiang Li, it's a R0D0 Jiang Li as well, like no Divinate, no Rezo, and not even max skill up. So what I want to try in this PvP is, so if I go into demon mode, what I want to try is this 140% attack that can ignore defense and also including the splash damage. With 100% crit rate and crit damage, can I able to like one-shot one of them, and maybe the splash damage can kill one of them as well, because Jiang Li demon mode is active turn, so it won't get affected by enemy Zihe. Then I'm using Luxiang here to buff up some extra damage, Sakura and Lian here to apply some survivability, because I don't know if the team can actually nuke me down or not. Then I also at the same time I want to test Sujue's true damage, if the splash damage here from the passive can also trigger the Sujue true damage to the passive user. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so I take my action first. So let's say auto mode, I'm going to cast S3, right? So they got silence. Now my Sakura buff up my Esper. Okay, then Jiang Li got a buff as well. Then let's say Sujue just randomly damage on, let's say auto mode. He'll attack on Artiar, okay? Okay, Jiang Li reduce his own HP. Okay, he'll go into demon mode. Alright, then we have to wait Jiang Li to take his action. So let's say auto mode, Sujue cast S2, S3 damage again. Sakura heal up here, their team. Okay, Jiang Li is gonna take his action, and he one-shotted Wuyou. The jump one-shotted Wuyou. Okay, then we have another demon mode coming soon. Okay, we heal it back, and the S3 killed the other another one. So you can see the S3 damage here is actually very high. Okay, Jiang Li died because of Sujue. But yeah, but you can see the damage of the Jiang Li is actually very high. Like one jump is guaranteed someone to actually die. Alright, so let me test other team. So okay, wait, before I try another team, I want to make a replay. So what I want to see is, I forgot to see the splash damage if there's any any true damage from Sujue or not. Right, so this one damage here is the same. Jiang is going to demon mode. Okay, Sujue take action. Okay, after Sakura, then Jiang will jump. He jumped on Wuyou. Okay, so you can see the true damage also applies to the splash damage as well. It splashed to Artiar, and the Sujue true damage applies. Alright, so now let me try other team that I don't put in Sujue, but I'm going to fight the same team. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I take Sujue down, I'm going to put Haley to share attack set and shield set into Jiang. So Jiang have thunder, attack set, crit rate, and also shield set to increase its tankiness for survivability, and we can go give it a shot. And probably I can also do Ocean Wave on Haley to share Ocean Wave to Jiang as well if I really want to do that. Alright, so let me auto this part, fast forward. So we want Jiang to die into demon mode, but he will consume his HP after his cat S3. Alright, consume a lot, he's going to demon mode soon. So he got a Smelting Mastery now. Wuyou break dance. Okay. Jiang go into demon mode already. Jiang is gonna jump. Right, but so before that we're gonna wait Artiar finish his stuff. Alright, Lin bubble up. So I have the shield to increase his tankiness. Okay. He can't die due to the standoff. Jiang action, S3. The splash damage just one-shotted Wuyou. The splash damage of 70%. The 70% of the splash damage one-shotted Wuyou. And this is the R0 D0 Jiang. Right, random damage. I think then he died. Because after the first demon mode, then he no longer have the standoff buff, then he can die easily. But yeah, I already tested, so Jiang damage is actually high enough to one-shot Wuyou without any problem. But as usual, because Jiang he himself, every time the passive will give him a shield, and the shield here, we have R6 Artiar here to kill Jiang back. But what we wanted to test, yes, the Jiang splash damage can actually kill Wuyou very easily because his splash damage also ignores defense. So Wuyou is just a paper for Jiang. So let me try other team. Alright, so now I'm gonna fight the R4 Wuyou team, but I put a Zihe here to re-counter Wuyou. I put Lushang here to further buff Jiang damage. I put Sakura and Lin here to further increase my survivability. So enemy have a R6 Sakura, I'm using an R2 Sakura. Enemy doesn't have a R6 Lin, I'm using an R6 Lin. So we kind of have like an equal reso fighting because Lushang R3, I'm R2, but my Jiang is R0 D0, enemy is R6 D3. Alright, so let's take a look how the battle goes. Because I'll trigger the Wuyou counter attack very easily because my Jiang will do AoE damage, right? Alright, cast S3, bubble up. Okay, I got stunned. Put out the team with Vigor Guard, S3. Wuyou will break down soon. Okay, let me cleanse away. Random damage. Will break dance. Actually, it's not dead yet. Okay, let me hit on Wuyou. I need my Jiang to die. Probably I'm too tanky. I need to cast another S3. Yeah, let me hit on you. Okay, go into demon mode because of the defender reflection damage. Alright, then let's take a look if Jiang can one-shot them. Okay, then it's my Jiang turn. S3. Almost gonna kill the Lin here. Okay, Lin triggers Stone Steady. Bubble up. And you see that Jiang Li just jumped on Sakura, but the splash damage still one-shotted Wuyou. So I think we have a very solid Wuyou counter here. So if you have a Jiang Li, I don't think you have to worry about Wuyou team now. If just a pure Wuyou team, like maybe Wuyou team plus other Esper combination, probably is still gonna be a scary stuff. But for now, as you can see, the Jiang Li, even the splash damage can kill Wuyou already, so we don't really have to worry about his demon mode can't kill Wuyou. Okay, then probably you can go run him with Ocean Wave to make him go into a demon mode a lot more consistent as well. Alright, so that's all for the Jiang Li testing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. So the best case I would say for Jiang Li is actually the Ocean Wave or Thunder Set. If you have him at R6, maybe Thunder Set will be better. Like for the you already have 2-turn demon mode. And if you're at not R6, then probably Ocean Wave will be better to reduce your demon mode cooldown, so let him go into demon mode faster, because your demon mode cannot get affected by any ability, but you'll get affected by equipment. So maybe Ocean Wave will be better before R6. When you have R6, probably Thunder Set or maybe Ocean Wave or Astral Set is also good. It can be built in a lot kind of way. So yeah, basically these are the changes for Jiang Li. He's definitely going to be one of the PvP meta after he is buffed and to go anti-global server, because his damage is so high now from his buff, and then the damage here actually ignores defense. Probably he can just one-shot Wuyou with the demon mode. Alright, so basically that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JNMP, Epic Bullet Boy, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Shenada, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Immune Kragan, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.